What it do, confessors? What is going on this beautiful Sunday? How you doing? So, y'all, I don't know who may have thought that this would last. I don't know who may have thought it wasn't going to last, but they definitely did not last, y'all. So, Monique and Chris from Love and Marriage DC have decided to separate. Um, I should have posted the picture that I had, but didn't put it in. Let me see if I still can. I might hear a little bit of a screeching and echo going on as I put this up here real quick. But let me just read for y'all real quick what the People is saying. People magazine says multiple sources confirmed to People that the Real Housewives of Potomac alum 39 and former NFL player are splitting up after 10 years of marriage. The couple share three sons, Christopher 9, Chase 3, and daughter Milani 7. The Samuels relationship issues were well on display during the first season of Love and Marriage DC. A second season for the own reality show has been announced, with Monique expecting to be on the show. So it says Monique. It doesn't say Monique and Chris. It just says Monique. So it goes on to say People has reached out to the couple for comment. Earlier on Sunday, at the Real Housewives of Potomac panel on BravoCon, Monique's former star co-star Ashley Darby opened up about her friendship with Monique, saying the two had lunch just last week and that Monique was going through some personal things at the moment. In July, Monique told Entertainment Tonight about the state of her marriage while she was filming Real Housewives of Potomac. People always say that reality TV tears your marriage down. What people don't realize is that Real Housewives of Potomac actually in some ways saved my marriage, she revealed. Chris and I, before we started filming that show, we were in a really rough place. We had lost all of our dating in our marriage. Once we started filming reality TV, it actually helped us because it forced us to date, she added. So we were able to get out, just reignite that intimacy, and be excited about each other. So I will not lie. Season 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac saved my marriage. And at the end of the day, sometimes you still have to come back to those moments, because some of the things that I expressed on Love and Marriage DC, people who watch Potomac saw I had those same concerns back then. So it's not like it's something new. Back in December 2020, Monique announced that she was bidding farewell to Real Housewives of Potomac. After the final episode of season 5 reunion aired, she revealed on Instagram Live that she would not be back for the show's 6th season. All of that doesn't matter after that, y'all. But what do y'all think? Here is Chris Samuels and Monique. Hey, Ellen V, girl, it's a wrap for Chris and Monique. They just revealed that they are separating after 10 years of marriage. I don't know. One would think that this could be a storyline because they just started filming again this week. So could it be a storyline? I talked to one person who said that Chris has too much integrity to use his marriage as a storyline. However, she feels that Monique might not be too far from it. But I don't know. Someone said Chris is free. Yes, a lot of people are saying that Chris is free. And I would say that from what I have seen on the past season of DC, that may be the case. But I feel for her, the way that she felt, if she felt this way, she's free too in her own way. They're both free because it looked like they were like living in a prison cell of a marriage to me. And even though, I am all for Black love, hoping that, they will get it together. I always hope. You never want to wish bad on somebody's marriage. But this right here seems like this is what needed to happen. Now, I honestly feel if they do actually separate fully and divorce, I feel like they would get back together. One, because I don't see who else would be with a mindset person like Monique. She is really set in her ways. I don't see her having I don't see her having success in love after this. Not saying she won't, but I don't see it. I guess I don't see who she could be with. Now, I guess you wouldn't want to think that, oh, she's just going to be with someone, known in the reality TV world, or just might get some average Joe afterward. However, I am just not sure. Dominique says, hey, Dominique, welcome. I call it last season, DC. She was using that show to divorce him. You know what? That is true. A lot of people said that. And I believe that was even a question that Andy had asked. No, not Andy, because that was Potomac. But I believe that was a question that Carlos King had asked her. It was one of the questions someone had asked, and Carlos King asked the question statement that was made about that. And of course, they both denied it. And well, she denied it because it was her. But do you think Chris actually may have thought that and he just didn't say anything, possibly? Because I would really love to know what Chris thinks, because we all know that Monique is going to speak out. She's going to say something, of course, but will he? Chris is not very active on social media. He doesn't do the social media thing. He is not about that life. So for him to actually get on social media and say something, I feel like they're going to blame her for that also, saying that she made him do it, save face, whatever. You know how they do a joint statement, all of that stuff. You know how when someone gets fired from a show, and they have to have this, that post that everyone puts out at the same time saying the same exact thing, that this is what's going on. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't see him doing that. However, I feel that she's going to say something. And I wonder how long that she is going to wait to actually say something. Now, they've got 3 kids together, and they're very young. They're young. So it's not the fact that, they can separate and not have to deal with each other. They have 3 young children together that they still have to raise. So what does that look like for them moving forward? So will she stay in? I assume that they'll both stay, within DC or wherever they're at for DC. So that's a given. But what does it look like? Will they stay in the same house? They got enough money to be able to stay in the same household and have 2 different wings. She could be on the west, he could be on the east, and it ain't going to be no problem. They could do that. But does anyone see that happening? It all depends on what it looks like. Will he be filming with DC, Love and Marriage DC? Because like I just read off of here, it says she will be there. It doesn't say he will be there. Yes, they do have 4 homes, so she can't just get another home and just be happy. Exactly. Yes, I think, but he seems follow whatever she do, but he not outspoken enough like her. He very laid back. And that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, he's not even on social media. So he doesn't have any worry about that. He probably could care less what, social media even thinks. Chris is that laid back type of a dude. He don't get into the drama and the shenanigans. He was never one to do that when it came to the whole thing on Potomac. So, and he wasn't one to do that when it came to DC also, even though, Monique didn't have any enemies the first season, because it was the first season and it was all her people. Lisa says, welcome, Lisa. And Lisa says, Monique got mad at her husband a lot. It was hard to watch their interactions with each other. And that was another thing. It was very cringy to watch them. Every single episode, someone had something to say about the way Monique treated him. and the way that their interactions were. Y'all remember that though episodes where it was like, I think it continued because it spoiled over into the next episode where the producers had to come in and talk to them separately in their own homes. You know what I'm saying? And so ever since then, you thought it was going to get better. When they were at the reunion, it seemed to look like it was better. Who knows if she was just saving face, if they were both just saving face or what have you. But the point is, we had this reunion, what, like 2.5 months ago, and everything was fine. So we'll say 3 months ago that the reunion was probably filmed 3.5 months. All I know, it hasn't been no more than 5 months since this reunion had to have been recorded, and everything looked fine and peachy. So here we are now, and it's not the same. So, like I read before, also Ashley Darby, who is still on Potomac, she talked to Monique last week, and Monique told her that things wasn't good. So was it ever right again? Once you seen them going to see that woman on the show where they had that little couples retreat thing and everybody went. So what happened? Did they find, was it a nail in the coffin for her, for him, or for both of them? You know, and we all know if it does come down to the divorce, of course we all would assume that it's going to be Monique that files, because we have seen Chris try his hardest, his damnedest to make her happy and do what's right. Him trying to find himself, him making out a whole entire list and all of this other stuff. I just don't understand. She started that job at the radio station. She was doing her thing. She seemed more happy. She felt like that was something that she needed. So obviously that wasn't. Was it Chris for her? Was that the whole thing the whole entire time? I just want them to be honest this season on what her feelings really are for him. Why she decided to finally separate. Because y'all got to know, this had to have been I would say, in my opinion, I feel that it's her. It looked like it had been her the whole entire first season. So why wouldn't it be her now, is what I'm saying. So today is the first day that it has came out. So we know tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week, we're probably going to see more development about what's been going on. Maybe we'll see her finally speak out, and who knows where this is going to go. But that means that this is going to play out on season 2 of Love and Marriage DC. So with that being said, it doesn't seem like it's going to be all about winter this season, okay? I know a lot of people really would wish that winter was gone and it took away from the other couples, but it looks like this is going to be the biggest thing. And it's so funny because it's weird. It's kind of like a pattern. We seen that on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Mel and Martell were the main couple. And look what happened. They separated, they divorced, they had all this going on. And now we see Monique and Chris going through their thing on season 1. They are the main couple. And here they are separating. Hey, BB. Hey, girl. Hey. Monique is very condescending. She talks just to talk and doesn't listen. Well, a lot of people will agree with that. And yeah, I don't understand how Chris was able to deal with it this long, because it felt like she always had something to say. He could never do right this whole entire first season. And it does seem like she was just annoyed and wanted a way and a reason to divorce. We all know that relationships, marriage, when you bring it on reality TV, you better hope your shit is solid as a rock, or reality TV will certainly put pressure, especially if there's already pressure on the marriage or the relationship prior to filming. So that just goes to show that there really was problems in their marriage, and reality TV kind of just amplified that. Now she said that the season, her second season or whatever on the show, season 5, whatever, that she, on Potomac, I mean, that the last part of the season had helped their marriage, saved their marriage. So did she come to own, messy ass own, and it, corrupted what they did have before? Could this have been like, was this coming regardless of Love and Marriage DC? That's what I want to know. Was this coming regardless of that? I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out all the theories and all the angles of why this happened. Didn't happen on the season, but happened after the season. The season 2 just started filming this week. So that means we're going to get the beginning and to all the way up to the end of the season on what's going on here. Now, I just don't want to think that they are doing this for the cameras because they need a storyline. I'm hoping that this is not the case, but we will see whatever is going to happen, and that's for real. So we'll just have to stay tuned for when that happens, because if they just started filming now, that means we'll probably get, and they probably do about 3 months or so, whatever, however they do it. We'll probably get this in probably the springtime, maybe. We'll see season 2 happening, coming to light. So by then, the separation will be full on and going, and we'll see how they're navigating with each other and all of that. So we'll just have to see. And I hope that we don't see any nastiness between them, because separations can be bad, dirty, grimy, whatever you have. I mean, you see how Mel and Martell are doing, but they are actually divorcing. So I guess the next step would be to see what will happen when the divorce will actually come about, because I'm not sure how what the law is in DC, but you have to stay separated for so long before you can actually file for marriage sometimes and all of that. I'll have to look in to see what are the laws for DC. I'm not actually sure. So I don't know. Could she have wanted to divorce him right away and couldn't because there's the law? Or is this exactly what she wanted to do? That's why it's so important that she, makes a statement soon before everyone else just starts making all these accusations and making up their mind for her. So hopefully she'll speak out soon, and we'll definitely get into that when she do and dissect that. But I just hope, what does BB say? Winter is the delusional villain, and she spices the show up. That show is dry and boring. The only thing that had me cackling was Winter. Hopefully this isn't a Rashida and Kirk fake divorce. And that's what I'm saying. Could this be for the cameras, considering that they just started rolling this week? And I don't want to say that because I feel like at least Chris is better than that, not to use his marriage as a storyline. Because when you do that, karma's a mug, and it can definitely come back to haunt you, and it could end up happening, because that's what reality TV does. And especially if you own, there's always room for a divorce somewhere. That's how it goes. So you never know. I mean, Winter was funny. She did bring the spice to the season. However, because it was only her bringing the spice was diluted really quickly, and I got sick of it. And you could tell that the cast was sick of it too. And Irena and Jamie, in countless interviews, they have said that they didn't, especially Jamie, he could give 2 Fs about Winter and what she going through. He just trying to do his thing. And a lot of people were annoyed by that. So that'll be another interesting thing too. Will Winter take a back seat to this whole entire, situation, because they can't give us the same formula twice in a row, right? So we have to have something different, something new. And with them having their separation, that's right up the alley. That's probably something like, ooh, something we need. And I'm sure it's sad to say, but I'm sure production is loving this because it's something that's natural, real, and authentic that they can, put out there and don't have to try to set a narrative for. It's there. It's there. So we already know what Monique's storyline gonna be. I'm just interested to see if Chris is gonna be filming and how much he's going to be filming and who's he gonna be filming with. You know how they do the whole thing where you gotta talk to someone else about a situation happening about someone else. Who is Chris going to be talking to about his separation with Monique? If he start talking to Winter X, that's gonna be too much for me. What's Winter's X name? That'll be the one right there. The second season, believe me, the other ladies will bring it. Listen, if it works for Giselle, it will work for Winter. Winter just needs her own Robin. And they say that the Winter got herself a man. So maybe we'll see him. I'm sure we'll see him. This is Of a Marriage DC, so of course we will. And but yeah, so now it's on the other foot here. That'll be interesting. Or maybe, we'll see Monique and Winter being extra cool because Winter is newly divorced. She should be divorced by then. Is the divorce even final yet for them? That's a whole nother question. Is the divorce even final for Winter and her husband? That's a good one to know. But, Monique may be going to her to talk about her and Chris's, situation or whatnot. Because you know how they always need a friend to talk to about the situation. So I could see that happening. I just hope the girls are extra supportive of her, during this time. They are her girls, so they should be, regardless of how we feel about it. And, Chris has always held his own. He's going to be fine regardless. Whoever he talks to about it, he'll be fine. But y'all, imagine how this is gonna look on film, on tape, on camera, on TV. We gonna have a lot to see. I wonder if this mixes up anything that they normally had going on for the storyline already. Who knows? I want Monique and Chris to keep it classy. No bad talking to each other. Well, and that's the thing. This is one thing about Monique and Chris. They are not those type of people. They are not that type of couple. That is not their cup of tea. So I do not think that they will be bad mouthing, bad talking each other or anything like that. However, I just do have concern on how Monique is going to make it look to other people when she goes to talk about it. They may not, Monique and Chris may not have, do that back and forth with each other like Mel and Martell did. And I just hope she keeps it classy when talking about him to other people. We already know he will be. But the thing is, we don't even know if he's going to be filming anymore. Because it's read that she is filming with the show. It doesn't say anything about Chris. So I'm hoping that he still gets to tell his side. I mean, he still is part of the show, I feel, just like Mel and Martell are still both part of the show. So hopefully he is still filming. I hope we get to find out soon if he is or not. Candace somewhere laughing. You know what? Candace ain't got no room to talk because you see how this season is all this talk about how her husband was in Giselle's DMs or made Giselle feel uncomfortable or what have you. So Candace better not be laughing too hard because I don't know. Because that's another one. Because if I was Chris, wait a minute, ain't Candace's husband ain't Chris too? Or am I tripping? But yeah, she needs not to go that far because she ain't got no room to talk. She ain't got no room to cry, laugh, or do any of those things. Candace and Chris are there. Yeah, so his name is Chris. See? Yep. Yeah, so she done got no room to talk because we see how it's about to be laid down for her this season on Potomac, right? So she better chill out if she is laughing. I feel like Chris is about to divorce. And you know what? We will have a party right here if that ever happens, y'all. The moment that happens, be looking to come here for a party because we're definitely taking a drink to that. I don't understand how he is able to be with her, stand her this long. Like, I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. Hey, KK. Hey, girl. Hey. It's tragedy whenever Black families ripped apart. I'm saddened by this news. Yes, and it is sad. That is the thing. I love me some Black love, and I hate to see, a marriage be torn apart, and especially a Black family. This is a whole entire family. They've got 3 beautiful kids together. So that's why I'm like, could there be room for them maybe to be separated and maybe find themselves back together? You know what I'm saying? Because they're just separated, y'all. They ain't divorcing. They just separating. So there is room for them to find themselves back together, maybe be apart, see that grass is not greener on the other side. You just wasn't watering your own grass properly. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the case, and maybe they will find their way back to each other. You know what? Monique better watch out because a woman that knows better will snatch Chris up real quick, okay? Because if you ask me, Chris can get it, okay? Chris can get it. Chris is a catch and a half, okay? All of that, big man, yes, I will take all of that. And if I will take it, there are many women that is waiting on a good man like Chris, because you cannot say that Chris is not a good man. There ain't nothing wrong with Chris. So that's why I don't understand what is it exactly that Monique needed from him that she feel that she never got. I just don't get. I hope this is a bump in the road and they come back together. Me too, BB. Me too. I do too. But if they don't, it's gonna be. You don't even look right without them together. Actually, I don't believe that storyline about Giselle, I don't believe that storyline about Giselle, but just me. Yo, about Chris trying to be in her DMs. I you you know I don't put nothing past no man, and I wouldn't put nothing past no man with the judgment as someone like Chris who had the nerve to marry a woman like Candace in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong, she might have been a lovely woman to him, but what we see, and I don't know. I'm just saying he's a good man, Savannah. A good man. Yes, LV. Yes, a good man. Exactly. Chris and Corey to his husband. Better say from me, I'm single and me. You know what, Corey? Tia's husband? There is something about Corey that looks strange to me. Like he could play like a serial killer or something in the movie. He just got that look like, I don't know. It's just something about him. I don't know. Okay, hey, being all the way. Take Alan with you, or better yet, don't. I don't know if that'd be good or bad, KK. I don't know. Chris come from a wealthy family, so related to Belle out in Detroit before he got sold to the city. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Well. How do you like those apples? Robin broke it down this episode coming up. Well, we will definitely see. I'm deciding if I want to start doing a review on Potomac. I'm not sure. I haven't got to that stage in my life where I've made that decision quite yet. Giselle always thinks all the men want her, but Jamal is the fruit. Damn it. Damn. Well, I mean, did Giselle and, Peter actually hook up? Do y'all believe that happened? That's the whole thing that's coming up this Potomac too. There's a lot going on this episode. And could y'all imagine if Monique came back to Potomac? We all know that will never happen. But if she wanted to, would y'all be here for it? That's the question. Would y'all be here for it if she decided to come back? To tell, oh, it says, well, I did that one. Yeah, so, I mean, no, that's a hard no. That's a hell no for Ellen V. She said, nah, we ain't doing that. You know she will never come back anyway, so that don't even make sense. Damn, you's a hard woman today, Ellen. You's a hard woman today. Really? Oh, Jesus. Don't even want her on DC. Well, if she ain't there, we gonna need another couple. Who we gonna put in there? And now, you know, y'all know my homegirl. We all know my Miss Maud Afro Mama, the undisputed African queen. You know, she's been peddling with the whole thing that Joy and Clifton from Ready to Love may or may not be joining the show. You know, so we never know because they're really cool with Jamie and Irena Tyler. And it's been said that they could possibly be up on there. And, you know, they are engaged now and all of that good stuff. So you never know, y'all. Would y'all be here for that? Can Clifton and Joy come? Because according to mine, that's a hell no for her. But, you know, you might have to shake it up and do a little something, get something going on in there. And I would like to see Joy and Clifton, you know, on something else, actually. You know, they're both a breath of fresh air. I love both of their personalities, and they would be something different to bring to Love and Marriage DC. So I'm not that mad about it. I ain't gonna say no before I not see it. I know that. Monique was super annoying on that new show, and she swore she wouldn't be on and didn't need. Where's the luck? Confession was funny as I have Jeremy playing on another device. And y'all asked I quit. Shut up! Shut up! Right? Tell him I said what. He don't even know who I am. But see, that's true. But see, would we? I would want to see it. I don't want her back. I don't want Monique to feel that. Okay, let me put it like this. When Monique left Potomac, I was like, okay, why is everyone? But then at some point I was like, I miss Monique. But it only happened because when I saw how Candace was, and I remembered when Monique dragged her, I was like, that was nice. Like, I miss Monique. I want Monique back just to drag Candace. That's all I want. I just want that action between Monique and Candace. And I feel like ever since Monique left, Candace has just been jumping down Ashley's throat because she needs somebody to go toe-to-toe with. And I feel that Monique was no match for her, obviously. Obviously. Oh, Jeremy just said two brains wiggling the same thing. Tell Jerry I said what up over here. Okay. Tell him I said hi. That is funny though. So, yeah. Is this really happening? Am I weird to think? I just don't want to think that this is a storyline considering I feel like they should have told us this like maybe a month from now. Because now a lot of people, not just me, may be assuming that they're doing this for a storyline. I don't want that in my head because I don't believe it, but it's still in my head. I have no choice. I just have no choice. So there is that. But now that the show is filming, we might be seeing a lot more information come out about maybe the other couples, you know, because, you know, when it gets around that time, this is when the rumors and gossip and all this other stuff starts to fly. So you never know. You just never know. She was too much. Yeah, because it was every single episode. Like every single episode, it was something. When it first started off with the list, okay, once we didn't hear about the list no more, we were on to something else. It was something he said, how he said it, the way he reacted to how she reacted to what he said. It was too much. She was too much. The whole thing was too much. And that's why people are probably cheering for Chris right now. Like, woo, you got away, brother. You did it. You did it. Confession, did we watch the same show because Monique was fake as hell on DC? I mean, fake is what, toward the girls or toward Chris? Because I seem to feel like she was two different type of people when she was with the girls and when she was with Chris. I was just annoyed. It wasn't even the fake. I was just annoyed how she kept going after Chris to me. Ashley said on the panel she just spoke to Monique. Monique was going. Yeah, I just said that earlier. Yep, she did say that. So that's what I'm saying. Speaking of Ashley Darby, y'all see her walking around with Luke from Winter House. I don't know if y'all watch Winter House or oh shoot, what is Winter House that has people from, God darn it, Southern Charm and Summer House, and and some people from Vanderpump. I don't know if y'all watch them suburban shows, but I do, which I feel like I need to start doing some of. Monique was always been fake. She hides it better than most. She do. And maybe that's why I feel like I like her, but I don't like her. I like her because I don't like her because she's fake, but I like her because she doesn't actually show it and makes me feel that maybe I'm just tripping and she ain't fake. You know what I'm saying? She trying to trick me up, y'all. She trying to trick me up. We did watch the sexual confessions this week. I be trying. Y'all know I be trying to be neutral up in this mud. Because when that next year come and it's a whole new different story, then I want to be kiki with that person I was just talking mess about. And I ain't trying to be fake, if you want, since that's the word for the day. Fake. I've never heard suspicious elevated with, to be honest, even those who say, yeah, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to be on here and I'm going to be ruthless. Y'all ain't going to like it. Y'all ain't even going to like me no more. So I try to be nice. I'm trying to stay in good graces with my followers and stuff. But y'all, enough people be out on these, internet streets, these YouTube streets, talking their shit, just speaking ill about everybody. I try to be a little different. I try to bring a different formula, if you will, but that's why I have other people come on the panel. So while I'm trying to be nice enough, I let everybody else get it out in the open. So that's the thing. That's all it be. She did her supposed to be friend of 20 years wrong. And we just talk about they were never friends. Okay, you know what? You bring that up, Dominic. I had a whole entire theory about that whole thing when it was happening. But at this point, it just escapes my mind. I don't know if maybe... You know how you are two different people on and off camera. I'm thinking that Winter probably became a different type of heifer when the cameras were on. Because a lot of people keep saying that, she came up here on the show trying to get her, trying to be, a main cast member and not just a friend of a cast member type of thing. She trying to get her spot, like the backdrop behind me. She trying to be on the daggone show, like a real. That's why she got her a new man. You never know how that's going to turn out. Portia type of shit. What Portia type of shit? What I missed? Wait, what is that too? But you know what I'm saying, y'all. So yeah. So I don't know. We'll have a lot to see coming forward, but I just wanted to get up on here and talk about this real quick. When Monique speaks out, when Chris speaks out, if he speaks out, we're going to have some new developments. We'll be back to talk about this some more, but I just can't believe it. I was scrolling and seeing that, and I had to read it twice. Like, what? I'm tripping. I don't know. But it is what it is, y'all. I just wish them the best, however they plan to navigate them and their 3 beautiful children, because they definitely are whatever you want to say, a beautiful family. They really were. I will say this, besides their whole marriage woes that they were going through on the first season, they represent together as a couple. They represented each other and represented black love, black marriage really well, in my opinion. So it hurts that we won't have that now this season. But this show would have been canceled without her. True. Wait, who are we talking about? Windsor? Because I do believe she did carry the first season. But y'all do know that Winter wasn't even part of the whole thing at first. Because at first it was supposed to be the other couple that what's her name, Tasia? But they were supposed to be like there. They filmed just okay, Winter, yeah. They filmed just as much as Winter, but the whole Winter thing just got, carried all the way, and they took the back burner. So that's a whole nother thing. Will they be back and on more the second season? Because if they would have did me like that the first season, I would have been like, I don't care about none of this no more. And y'all can have it. Y'all can have whatever y'all want with this. But I don't know if they signed a contract and if they have to come back for another season or how that's all going to work. But we going to see. We going to see. If they just started filming, we should be seeing something about the spring. So I guess we'll have to wait until then. Wait until then. But on that note, y'all, that's all I have to say about that. And if I find out anything else, definitely will. I may come back and still do a Huntsville Chronicle because I still want to go through Arion's stuff and trying to bust out Martell. And I did want to talk more about Mark's rant that he went on IG the other day, posting all of what he posted about Van and things going on. Y'all, Mark is a trip. Y'all know he is, but I appreciate y'all not cutting up on him so much when he comes here because a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about him. So, but y'all know I try to be neutral. It is what it is. But okay, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Happy Sunday. I'm about to go cook these tacos because I ain't had none in a long time. I'm about to make me a nice taco salad. And I don't even know what to watch. I'm trying to start watching The Watcher on Netflix. It just beat out Jeffrey Dahmer's series. Have any of y'all watched that? I'm about to try to go watch it. I'm like halfway through the first episode. Nothing bad has happened yet. The family just getting settled in. It had a couple of kooky moments, but I haven't got there yet. We know how to be respectful. Alan, sometimes you know how to be respectful, but you can be so grimy sometimes. But I love it. I love it. You know you an MVP, right? You know you are. I love you. And I thank you for your support always coming through. I'm so behind on Netflix. Girl, I don't know. That's why I don't do a lot. I try. I don't do a lot, but I try to do some. I did Dahmer, okay? And I'm trying to do The Watcher. I'm trying to wait for it to, get good. It ain't got good yet, the little bit that I watched. That's why it's on pause right now. And I did this. But I'm trying to get into The Watcher because it just beat out Jeffrey Dahmer. So it should be good. It should be, but I don't know. But we gonna find out. But if y'all watch it, let me know what y'all think about it. So I don't know if I can get through it or not, but I'm gonna try. But first, I'm gonna make these tacos, and then I'm gonna get back to it. But all right, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night for Monday Mayhem. Me and Dina, aka Christina, will be doing what are we on, the fifth episode? 5th or 6th, maybe 6th episode of Sons of Anarchy. And Sons of Anarchy coming back, y'all. Well, I don't know if the show coming back with Charlie Hunnam is about to make sure Jax Teller comes back to life. So just that little tidbit. But anyway, I will see y'all on the other side. Thanks for watching. I'm out this nasty.